everybody. I have a controversial topic that not one person asked me to talk about, but it's something I've been wanting to kind of talk about. Um, it's about believe all women. Um, First off, before we get started, I want to say that I 150% believe Cassie, and I hope that that creature is convicted who abused her on film. I don't understand how somebody can look at that recording and say things like, "Oh, well, she wanted to be there," or "Oh, I know, I don't believe her," whatever. It's like I'm appalled. I saw Keita Rose talked about it, and I don't want to get emotional, but I'm appalled. I'm seriously appalled. I'm so grossed out that that's even a thing. It's one thing if there was no evidence to substantiate her claims, but we all saw it. We literally saw it with our own two eyes. We also, if you've been paying attention, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, these topics are kind of triggering. But anyway, if you've let me get it together, girlfriend. Anyway, if you watched him initially deny that he did anything to her, and then the video came out, and then yeah, I was going through a tough time, and da 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 da. I mean, because he thought he got rid of that video, and and he didn't. Thank God. I've heard claims that the mother of his children, that she was severely abused before her death, and I'm one of those people that I believe all the conspiracy theories regarding her death, and we'll leave it there, okay? I don't think that that was entirely natural what happened to her, and that's my opinion, and I don't have any verification of that. I'm just telling you my beliefs. So anyway, but all that being said, now that's, again, very controversial, all that. Next, Halle Bailey. 100% believe that what she said happened. 150% even. Yeah, it's very sad, and I wish her and her son very well, and I hate that they went through this, that she went through this. I don't even know what to say. And I've actually seen people defend him and call her evil and stuff. And I'm just like, I can't with y'all. Again, I can't. Now, to the main point, though, about believe all women. First off, from a logical standpoint, that doesn't make sense. It's not about believing all women. It's about allow the facts to speak for themselves, or to speak for itself, or whatever. That's what it's about, in my opinion. It's not about just illogically. What if it's two woman versus woman? Then what? Who do you believe? I think you're both telling the truth. That does, again, there's no logic behind that. And no one has properly explained to me why that is a logical argument, that because I'm XX chromosome, you should automatically believe everything that comes out of my mouth, as if women are incapable of lying. As a Black woman, there have literally been Black communities that have been destroyed because a Caucasian woman would lie and say that a Black man did something to her that never happened. Emmett Till, by the way, I think that's what the movie Rosewood is based on, and it's supposed to be based off of a true story. Emmett Till was a teenage boy that was brutally murdered for like whistling at a Caucasian woman, and then allegedly she from her deathbed said, oh yeah, that didn't really happen the way I said it did, and so on and so forth. But they did some of the worst things that I've ever heard of someone doing to another person. And they did this to a child. Like, he was literally a child. So the problem that I have with some people when they say that believe all women is that, would you have supported what happened to Emmett Till? Because there's a lot of women who think that if someone sexually assaults another person, then they deserve whatever happens to them. So if you understand that there are people who will lie about sexual assault, then I mean, you agree with that? Like, the Blake Lively situation, I actually did a recording on it that I wanted to turn into a video, and unfortunately, it didn't end up working out because I couldn't figure out like how to. I was going to use a picture still from their movie and use it with my voice and stuff, like a voiceover video and stuff, whatever. But I couldn't figure out how to do it. So, but it was just commenting on the situation. I believe Justin Baldoni, and it appears that what really happened was that they were attempting to hijack his movie, and because he seemed to be pretty spineless for the most part and had little to no support, like this, he was a pretty small fish kind of dude. I never even heard of him until this movie and all this drama and everything. No offense. I heard of a show that he was on called Jane the Virgin, but I never watched it. It never interested me. And I didn't really hear about him until this controversy, and I've heard other people say the same thing. And I think they expected him to roll over. In terms of like her motive for why she would do all that to him, allegedly, if you haven't been following the drama, she's been first off caught in lies. And the reason why she would do all that to him is because she wanted control over the film rights to the books by that Colleen, whatever her name is, I forget, the woman who wrote the It Ends With Us movie, or book rather, that led to the movie. And allegedly, one of the things in the clause was about like a morals clause or something. So something like this could have gotten her a better deal, where she could have somehow gotten the rights back and then sold it to the what are their names again? Ryan Reynolds, to the Reynolds, we'll call him that. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds or whatever, And so that was the motive, like, in case anybody's like, why would she do that? That's apparently why she would do that, which, again, if you've been following it, then you already know all the tea, but if you haven't, but I don't think they thought it was going to go as far as it did, and allegedly she's blackmailing Taylor Swift, and it's just gotten really ugly. If you've noticed, for the most part, people are being extremely quiet, especially since he released all his proof, or a lot of his proof. Then people have been extremely quiet, as opposed to like, we support Blake and we stand behind Blake. They're like, we stand as far away from Blake as possible because we see what this is. This is a shakedown. So hope that makes sense. But anyway, so, people like Blake, unfortunately, are why I don't subscribe to the believe all women just by virtue of being a woman. I believe people who present facts about their abuse. Cassie absolutely did, as did Halle Bailey and many others, and there's also people to substantiate their claims. There's no reason for these women to lie about these things. Whereas with Blake Lively, absolutely had motive that she was trying to get her hands on this man's property, his rights, his film rights and everything, whatever. So hope that makes sense. Thank you guys for watching this video that, again, no one asked for. Take care. Bye.